Hello, astrology friends and family. Welcome to July. I'm just going to go over some of the bigger outer planet aspects, and then we're just going to dive right into all 12 signs. Okay, so as we start off July, all of the inner planets are direct, and sorry about my notifications. The outer planets like Saturn and Pisces had started retrograding at the end of June. Pluto is already retrograding in Aquarius, and Neptune will station retrograde in Pisces on July 2nd, and that will continue all the way until January 1st of 2025. He'll stay there direct for a little bit and then move straight into Aries in March of 2025. The beginning of the month with the Cancer energy will be watery and sweet, and will be sextiling Mars and Taurus. It will be a great time for time out, spending time with family, friends, exercising in water like stand-up paddleboarding, canoeing, any kind of like boating, swimming activities, things like that. And it's also a great time to be creative and put your inner, with all of the inner planets direct, put your little, launch your little dreams out into their cosmic sailboats out into the ethers. You could be beautifying the spaces that you live in, developing a garden with Mars here in Taurus. You could also be maybe working on a pond or a pool. This is Cancer season now, so any kind of cooking with friends, cookouts, time out near and around water, sports and togetherness is just going to feel great at this time. On July 2nd, the big news is Neptune stationing retrograde at 29 degrees, which is an anaretic degree, in Pisces until January 1st. I already mentioned those dates. This is now kind of, I don't want to say your last chance, but kind of, with Neptune in Pisces, to make your deepest, wildest, biggest dreams real. We have until March 31st, 2025. This will be the last go of Neptune and Pisces for a very long time. And so what this is good for, it's digging deep, it's molding, shaping, and putting into structure, because don't forget Saturn is here in Pisces as well. Putting into structure and action your wildest dreams. I would say right now you'd be building the structure around those dreams, whatever they may be, and then preparing to really launch them out when Neptune goes direct next January. So they can be made real here with Saturn. And if you had given up on your dreams coming true, no more. Do not do that. With Saturn here, he's saying, don't give up, but you're going to have to work for it. So you don't get something for nothing. So he wants you to build that dream. Even after Neptune leaves Pisces in March, get it started now, because Saturn will help you continue working on that dream until February of 2026, because that's when Saturn will leave Pisces. And I'll tell you what this means for each of the 12 signs when I get into that prediction. Okay, sorry. All month, Uranus and Taurus will be sextiling Saturn in Pisces and Neptune in Pisces. You could have surprising insights, shocking solutions to developing structure around your dreams. You could come up with innovative ways to make money from things that you were only dreaming of up until now. You could also come up with innovative ways or solutions to help global issues like global suffering peoples. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I won't get into the mundane astrology. My favorite organization is UNICEF. Near and dear to my heart. I'll put their link in the description box down below if you have the means to donate to them. They help children in war-torn places. Right now, solutions can come up regarding water problems, pollution, the oceans, as Neptune rules the seas. And let me see, I know there was like a little girl who had just come up with some kind of a solution dealing with like a mollusk or oyster issue. And they are an important part of the oceanic ecosystem. There could be solutions to food shortages, innovative farming solutions, innovative ways to protect cows, and the leather industry. If you're a vegetarian, I think we may see innovative ways or alternative means of using leather. Mushroom leather is a thing, and I love it. And that would be a perfect example of Uranus and Taurus. and affecting the cattle industry, but in a positive way. Again, with Pluto in the mix, this would be really transformational solutions that come to the forefront now. Very powerful solutions that could change the world, quite literally. There could be ideas that emerge now or ways to help people who are suffering. 12th house. Pisces rules faraway places and people who are marginalized or who suffer in society. I love this part, but powerful Piscean leaders or leaders with those traits can come up to the forefront now, especially with Saturn in their sign is crystallizing them and making them the wise one, the wise teacher, and an authority. I keep seeing also Aquarian Pisces types that will, in my mind, although I think they're already starting to show themselves now and in the near future, especially with Pluto going into Aquarius. And yeah, I think it's going to be great to see. On July 5th, there is a new moon in Cancer at 14 degrees, trining Saturn. So what you begin now has the builder in the mix. Any creative projects, if you're building a home, Cancer rules the house, the home, roots, and family. Making structural changes there within the family, or maybe even like adding on to your home. New beginnings around these themes can happen now, and they would be changes that will last with Saturn there. On July 11th, Venus in Cancer trines Neptune and Pisces at 29 degrees and sextiles Uranus and Saturn, and loosely Saturn. Venus is pretty happy in Cancer and Neptune is in its domicile in Pisces. We could have sudden emotional healing in the family, soulmate, past life love could be on its way, otherworldly love that would be the highest octave of Venus is Neptune. Profound spiritual love or realizations, beautiful creative works of art, movies, music can come to the forefront or crystallize in some people's minds. You can deal with issues from the past and transcend them now. Just watch out here. There could be a little bit of relationship drama, jealousy, or power plays because Pluto will be opposing Venus in this aspect. Venus will be entering Leo at that 1 degree mark. But it's good, making good aspects to Saturn and Uranus. And remember that Venus moves faster than Pluto. So this should pass quickly. It's just something that I want to mention to look out for. On July 12th, Venus enters Leo. It's great for fire signs, Gemini, Libras. Venus will trine Chiron and Aries in the North Node, and this could really heal that Chiron wound in the Aries part of your chart. For once and for all, it could be fated healing that comes through at this time, maybe even through acting or through some art form, creativity and healing with children or for children or because of children. The child within can also be healed. Aries can be very childlike in a way. They're the first sign of the zodiac. Or a way forward in these areas with the North Node can be shown here, drawing you to like a destined healing art form, a destined business that heals you on a soul level, a destined child could be in the mix, bringing tremendous healing to your soul, for those of you who may be expecting. On July 18th, Mercury enters Cancer and the Sun is sextiling Uranus. So your mind and thoughts and intuition can be spot on at this time. And Mars is in a sextile to this aspect, and Neptune is positive in the mix too. You could be enjoying water sports, and this is around July 18th. Beaches, paddle boating, canoeing, swimming with family and friends now. Working on some form of a creative project or writing, and just be in a good flow with sudden inspirations or ideas that can have a long-term financial payoff. July 21st, there will be the second of a full moon in a blue moon cycle in Capricorn. 29 degrees, the anaretic degree, which is also a very finishing, finite degree. We had a full moon on June 21st in Capricorn. This one will be trining Uranus in Taurus, conjunct Pluto in Aquarius, or in Capricorn because it's retrograding backwards, and sextiling Neptune in Pisces. There can be an echo effect at this time around the legacies that we're trying to build, our worldly dreams and aspirations that we're trying to make concrete, being balanced out with the home fires in the domicile We could have completion here of worldly professional goals. Sudden public recognition can happen now for some too, especially with Uranus here. It can happen suddenly. Father figures could be in the mix in a big way and maybe could be assisting you somehow. But I see it as generally pretty positive. July 23rd, the sun enters Leo, its rulership, and the rest of the month will be flowing with fire energy, trining Chiron in Aries, trining the North Node, giving a boost to these fire signs of Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, and sextiling Libra and Gemini. On July 28th, Neptune will come into an exact sextile with Pluto, and this will continue for the rest of the year. What this could look like would be otherworldly creative projects can be born, deep spirituality, probing into the deeper dimensions of the spirit world, going on a pilgrimage that will change your life. I don't know, Easter Island just popped in my head. Maybe somebody's going there. I don't know. I've always wanted to go. I think it's such a cool thing to see these giant stone heads sticking out of the ground and imagining their bodies buried somewhere deep below the earth or within the earth. Anyway, fantastic works of art could be born, music and movies. You could heal inner complexes that have kept you stuck, and things that have been like a poison to your soul can be healed and released now. Realizations and just forgiveness in your life story can happen. The healing can come now. Also, finding a profound healer or somebody with these traits can appear, and they will have been divinely guided to you. They can be very deeply Piscean or Neptunian in nature. And I think I'll make a separate video for that because it's such a huge, beautiful aspect, and it's a very powerful one at that. And I will mention this in all 12 signs, and let's dive in. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, the Neptune and Pisces retrograde until January 2025 for you happens in the 11th house, currently containing Saturn. Pluto will sextile this aspect from the 10th house of career, father figures, your standing in the world. And Venus is also touching Neptune and Saturn in a trine from the Cancer 3rd house. What does this mean? This is giving you a chance to maybe start a business especially with Venus and Sun energy lighting up the 3rd to the 11th, which is the house of your larger networks, internet, large friendship groups, biggest dreams, big financial gains, lottery wins, hopes, wishes, charity. You could be buying a local lottery ticket. 3rd house rules your local community and neighborhoods, and you could win. Just don't break the bank. It looks like you've been wanting to change what you do in the world for work and career, and now is the time to start your plans on exiting that job that no longer fulfills you, to build Saturn realistic goals for your 11th house hopes and dreams and put them into action when Saturn goes direct in the fall. Right now you could start the planning process. If you wanted to write a book, and that could be fantasy with Neptune involved, now is the time to go back over how you are going to accomplish this over the next few months, like finding a book writing coach or a book writing course and start the work now. Everything would probably be behind the scenes for now, but can yield beautiful results when the outer planets go direct late fall and when Neptune goes direct by next January. I really see this as an opportunity to kind of use it or lose it when it comes to your desired changes you want to make for yourself in the 10th house of career, relating to Neptune. You can always change your career at any time, but to start working towards your biggest hopes and dreams in the 11th house. Maybe you really want to leave that 9-to-5 and administration and go build a 3rd house business, write a book, start a school. 3rd house is early childhood education. Be known for something completely different within the next year. Mars is in Taurus in your 1st house, and this is sextiling this aspect, really giving you the energy to make earthy, solid steps that you need to take to move in this direction. Start now, and it truly begins with you. With Mars here, it will be you and not anyone else, initiating the changes in a positive way. Uranus is still in your 1st house, also influencing the 11th house, with Neptune and Saturn up there in the 11th in a very positive way. And with Venus in Cancer is making a beautiful sextile to Mars in your 1st house, this is a great time to work out, beautify yourself, cosmetic procedures, change your hair, changes that you have wanted to make, and you have this aspect about until the 12th. of July. I really think you Taurus people might be changing so many things about your life overall, your appearance, and the way you want to be viewed in the world in a more authentic way. Pluto trines Uranus in you in your first house and is bringing a big transformation for you here. And this is late degree Taurus, so I would say from 25 degrees up. Everything is really in a beautiful flow for you. You could be getting sudden insights, Uranus, about who you want to be in the next chapter of your life. And anything or anyone, 11th house, relates to friends and friendship groups that doesn't fit into your authenticity may drop away peacefully and kind of in a natural way now. You could also be moving as well. With the ruler of the 11th house is Uranus, and it's in your first house, which changes everything about you. Uranus also squares the 4th house of home and family, creating a little bit of friction, energy, or desire to make changes there, or to move your neighborhood, possibly. With beneficial Uranus aspects, Taurus rules land, farms, property. You could have maybe been wanting a piece of property or land to build on, and it can come through for you suddenly or in a surprising way. Maybe via the internet or a friend through the 11th house area. Maybe you want to buy a vineyard. Taurus rules fine wine and food, earthy, luxurious things with a group of friends or family members. Neptune is here too, so maybe you get a property or rental property with water on it, like a small pond or a pool or a lake nearby. Anything that does come up, I believe these changes will be transformational in a positive way for you without a doubt in my mind. On July 5th, the new moon in Cancer at 14 degrees sextiles you from the 3rd house and receives a trine from Saturn in the 11th. You could get good news via text, phone, internet, or email about family matters, home, business. You could be your new idea of what you want to build business-wise, or maybe you get a sudden idea about a book, a screenplay, writing. It's all viable, but you have to start building now with Saturn here. And Saturn will give you good results once you do the work and do it consistently. Most likely when he goes direct by November 15th. Saturn adds longevity to the mix, making this a solid, stable idea. Venus is still here too, so maybe a new love can come in via social media, text, internet, or you could get good news about money as Venus is your ruler and is in a sign friendly to you. She also likes being in Cancer. Maybe money comes in for your child's education, daycare, etc. Your emotional world could also be in harmony at this time as well. On July 12th, Venus will enter your 4th house of home, family, roots, motherhood for the next few weeks until August 4th. This will be a great time to relax around home, beautify the house, maybe by painting, adding a fire pit. Leo is a solar sign, it's a fire sign, and Venus will be sextiling your 6th house of work, pets, chores, physical well-being, service, etc. Maybe you'll find a workout routine near home, in the home. Venus is trining Chiron in the North Node in Aries in the 12th house of self-undoing behaviors, debts, addictions, things that are buried, hospitals, seclusion, faraway lands, charitable institutions, but also foreign money, miracles, and deep healing. You could suddenly kick a bad habit or addiction that has been affecting your health. Maybe some examples would be like vaping, watching too much TV, too many Netflix shows. Your wound in these 12 house matters is fated to be permanently healed now, especially with the North Node and Venus here. The healing or a healer from the 6th house can appear that is fated for you. Money can also be a part of the story for sure, with your 6th house of work being positively aspected by Venus, who rules you, and the 6th house. And the 12th house can represent like offshore money, PayPal, Stripe, the check in the mail. The ruler of the 12th is Mars, and it's in your sign in your 1st house. So you could be working hard from home, and it can positively affect your 6th house of health, money. Money comes in from the 12th, faraway places. July 18th, Mercury enters Cancer and sextiles your sun, moon, or ascendant, making this a mentally happy time, thoughts, your mood overall. Also, good ideas around creativity and family. You could be going on vacation with Mars in your 1st and Mercury in your 3rd now to a place with a lake or a beach, most likely, where you'll do, a lot of swimming or maybe hiking, things like that. July 21st, the full moon in Capricorn is at 29 degrees in the 9th house, and this is a second full moon. It's the second completing a blue moon cycle. Are you finishing like a long distance travel or a course through college? You could be wrapping up higher education that can change how you're viewed in the 10th house, or changing your status or reputation. Because it sits on the cusp of the 9th and 10th house, because it's conjunct Pluto, but positively aspected by the other outer planets, it could be a 9th house project or publishing or people you deal with, like lawyers, doctors, professors, spiritual teachers, are transforming who you are and or your thoughts about these matters through, means of law, higher education, spirituality, travel. On July 23rd, the sun will enter Leo, and it will be with Venus in the 4th, trining your 12th house of Aries. In that 12th house is Chiron and also the North Node. It will make a positive flow to your 6th house of Libra, which contains the South Node. If you're working from home or taking a staycation, it would be a lovely time for your well-being now. If there have been family issues or problems that have come up, they can be healed with all of this positive energy here, or you can find just the right therapist or healer if needed. On July 28th, for the rest of the year, Pluto will be in exact sextile with Neptune from your 10th to the 11th, creating opportunities for change or what you're known for out in the world. Dreams you want to create. This is the aspect also of spiritual warriors. Maybe you become a spokesperson for a humanitarian organization or for a large group of people. You may let go of a career at this time in pursuit of something more meaningful, from administrator to astrologer, from the 9-to-5 brick and mortar to a farmer. You could be recognized suddenly as a new star, actor, or a musician. That's about it, and I'll see you guys in August.